So I have no idea if this is going to work like this, but I just shot the whole video and the sound wasn't turned on. So now I'm going to do that, but I'll do it in a shorter condensed form. So be back in a minute. All right, guys, Jason here. This is, I'm not sure if this is going to be day 2 or retake of day 2, because I just shot this whole video, or at least the morning section, and the sound wasn't on at all. So I have this sound hooked up, and I used to have a shotgun microphone, which means you can just turn on the camera and talk. Well, this thing has batteries, you got to turn it on and all that. I've never forgotten it ever until just now, so that's really funny. So now I'm going to do a compressed form of what I just said. Was I don't know if today's day 2 or if I'm starting on the 31st. I honestly, I don't really care, because I really already started this thing like a week ago. What I don't fully have in place is my entire vision and the actual plan itself. I do have a bunch of things to get done, but I don't have the right like measuring standards, how to like tell am I making progress and stuff. So this might be day 2, because I want to fully support the WUKAR 90 and Matt, but I also know we had all talked at some miscommunications around either starting yesterday, the 24th, or in this coming Monday on the 31st. So we've had conversations about doing both. In Matt's video I saw last night, he said yesterday was day 1. So today might be day 2. It might be negative day 5 or 6 or whatever. So, so here's the deal. I'm gonna, I plan to shoot this video first thing in the morning. I got up a little late today, which is good. I needed some sleep. I've been very stressed, run down lately, really, because it's from, I'm not blaming Matt. I haven't been able to focus because my thoughts have been centered around Matt a lot since last Wednesday, so for the last 6 days. And in fact, it grew to a peak last night. I can still feel the emotions, but I feel much better about it. Last night, like dinner time or so. I don't even know if I ate dinner yesterday. It was a weird meal day. I don't know what happened in lunch and dinner. They were like, but anyway, I was yesterday was not my most productive day of my life. I'll put it that way. Even with all my tools and technology and practices, and I'll be teaching you guys all this stuff, I wasn't able to properly focus. And so I found myself last night, I have no idea what time it was. It was later, it was like 8 or 9 at night my time. And I was chatting with Tarlise in Slack, asking how Matt's doing, and we were talking about something else, and I realized, like, I joked about, can we just get Burnoff to come like put us in a trance or something, because the head chatter just goes away. Like I want to be in that moment where I'm just 100% focused, and there's none of this like all the noise happening. And it was I don't know if I've ever felt it as noisy or as crazy as I was feeling yesterday. And so in the middle of talking with Tarlise and joking about that, I realized, like, dude, I'm gonna pour gratitude, and I need to go write I'm gonna go write Matt a message on Facebook, and she thought that was a good idea. So my original intention was like, I just felt inspired to do that, and I didn't put all the pieces together, but I realized looking back, part of that was I need to like get this stuff out, and hopefully it'll like help me calm down a little bit. And I was also joking with her about I wish I was way better at my meditation skill, even though I've been practicing it pretty good for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. And I could have, that's going to be one of the things I'm doing right now. I'm going to improve much deeper skill around meditation in the next 3 months, this next 90 days. So I wrote Matt this giant thing. I have no idea how long it took by the end. It was at least 30 to 60 minutes. And I almost lost it. Thank God I just happened to select all copied at one point because I realized I had this like huge piece of writing done, and I typed really fast, and I like something happened and like the screen, it says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I was going so fast that it like I'd already hit the enter key, and it said yes, and it jumped back or something in the browser, and like it was gone, my whole piece. So I did lose a chunk of it at the bottom, but it was only like 5-ish minutes probably. So got that out, and here's what happened. I sent that, and I do this all the time. I'll send something on Facebook and I'll just like get out and I'll just leave the computer, and then I'll check back in. So sometimes I don't really know what happens when I put something out in the world or on Facebook. Apparently that's the world. And talked to my wife, came back, Matt said something like, "Dude, I'm speechless. I really needed that." And that meant the world to me. I was really grateful because I wanted to pour my gratitude into him, and it was my hallucination is that it would help him in some way. So it really meant a lot that that it impacted him. And then I realized I had this moment where I felt really selfish, and it was really funny, ironic, strange that I realized. I was talking with Charlize, I wrote the thing, and when Matt said that, I'm like, dude, because he said like, I feel better, or I have all this noise chatter right now, so I can't remember exactly what he said, but I said it right the first video I shot. And the reality was I felt way better. Like I had talked to my wife, I'd come back, and I was like, way more calm. I wasn't to normal. I still have thoughts of, today at noon Matt's going into surgery, and but it was way, like the noise levels went from probably one of the noisiest, like that, and I'm not even an audio person, but that's the best way to explain it. It's the best metaphor, is that everything was just super noisy. I wasn't able to focus. I was feeling just freaking hyper, jumpy, crazy. And I don't mean hyper like all excited. I mean like anxious, nervous, like just bad energy. I wasn't able to focus and see things correctly. So anyway, after writing that whole thing, dude, it was like a freaking, like a, what are those things called? Like a pressure release valve that like, so much of that like crappy energy, nervous, tense energy. So it's not crappy, it's just energy. It was like gone. And not all of it, but a huge amount, where I was able to actually focus better. And man, I just felt so much better. And I felt really selfish for a moment where I was like, dude, I'm glad it made you I started to type something. I don't know if I ever sent it out or not. I'm glad you feel better. I guess I'm a selfish jerk because it was really done for me, because I feel way better. I needed this, dude. That's what he said. I needed this. And I was like, I needed this, dude. So here's the plan today, because that leads us right into this. So very grateful. I don't know if I talked about it in this video or the one that didn't work on sound, but spent a good amount of time with family this morning. A big part of this challenge for me is way better life balance. Last fall I was working 133 hours a week. All the weeks were over like 110, 120 hours, and I wasn't balanced very well. And it was on purpose. It was the first time in my life where I talked to my wife and I'm like, babe, I think there's something amazing here. I want to make a real big run at this thing. And she was like, do it. We need it, because we were like financially, we've been struggling for many years, and up and down roller coaster. So did that with her support, completely WUKAR'd, every day, every night, every morning, every afternoon, and created a lot more wealth than I'd ever created in my whole life. And that basically was all done within like a 90-day chunk. What's interesting is looking back is like, dude, what if I did that for 4 90-day chunks over a 12-month period? And what we did in that 90 days was like more than any 3, 4, 5 years of my entire life what could we actually do? I mean, dude, we can easily 10x our last year, easily 10x, or this year, last year, whatever year, whatever. Last 12 months, rolling 12 months, let's say that. So really pumped up for that. So here's the plan today. I have a foundational set of things. I am a little late getting started today, but this documentation is really important, and so is that family chunk I just took this morning. That was, I totally didn't plan that. I was going to come straight down here and got an extra like 25, 30 minutes with the kids, with my wife. That was, I mean, guys, that's what life is about. I could have skipped that part. I could be a half hour ahead and all this stuff. Dude, and I could be the miserable divorce guy in the coming years that's like, that has billions of dollars and like, oh yeah, I don't really know my kids. They're off like laying in the streets, doing drugs, like messing up their whole lives. My ex-wife is gone. That could be my story if I skip those little precious moments like we had this morning. So gonna lay some foundation right now. I'm gonna go get some stuff done. So I'll tell you about what my plan is, which part of it is completing the rest of my 90-day plan. And then I'll shoot another video this afternoon. I will say, this is still like foundational stuff. I'm picturing this as like my pre-90 days. It doesn't really matter. I've already started the 90-day thing. Essentially, I just don't have that exact plan, which I'll be creating. But the magic foam roller. So what this is, guys, this is a little $20 or $30 piece of technology. I'm not kidding. It's one of the best investments I've ever made. And I don't mean that like exaggeration. I mean, this thing has completely kept me injury free for the greater part of the, like was struggling with Achilles tendonitis. I just documented all this 2 or 3 years ago, like really bad, very bad. It stopped me from running a full marathon. And, to where I had to go to rehab, prehab, all this stuff, and this is one of the technologies they introduced me to. And so I was inconsistent for a while, but I've been very consistent for like 4 or 5 months now. Dude, this thing is amazing. And so what it does, you lay it on the ground, you basically use your body weight and like you roll your muscles out against it, and it completely gets you, like, guys, there's mornings where like something's tight and I'm like, I can feel it and I can't really quite like walk normally or something. I use this for like 4 to 6 minutes, just roll out all the different muscle groups in my legs, my back, my butt. And it even, dude, back, I know nothing about chiropractor stuff. You have to talk to Dr. Greg and Jason about all that stuff, but you can lay on this. So they showed me this. Lay your back on the ground and like kind of get a feel for what parts of your back are touching. Then do this thing on this where your spine's down this thing and you're like stretching everything out and like rolling certain muscles out. And then lay on the ground and your back's like the majority of it touches the ground, or a lot more of it compared to before you rolled it out. This thing is literally like I'm a huge, so that's one of my foundational pieces that I put into place, including my self-hypnosis and meditation practice, which is not quite as consistent as that, but it's very consistent the past months. And then leading into, there's something else. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but my running and my workouts and stuff. Those pieces, when they fall into place, the days work out like amazingly well. And I'm still fitting other pieces and creating these things that all like support each other. That's part of this whole thing, is finding the Jason Cardamone formula. So I'm gonna go do that stuff. And the plan today, work-wise, plan-wise, and focus-wise, here's the plan is, I'm definitely gonna be focused on Matt and Tarlise around noon, it'll be 1 o'clock my time. I might even organize some kind of call or something. I don't know. I'll see we'll see what happens with that. But beyond that, my plan is to complete so I have a giant vision statement, single space, like dense writing on a page. I'm going to complete the rest of my vision statement. It's probably like 80% done right now. As soon as I do that, I'm going to immediately jump in and start creating my 90-day plan. So the plan is to get those done completely and get that plan in place. So whether today is day 2 or -5 or 6 or whatever, I need to have those pieces in place. And then I'm going to start working on the systems for scoring and stuff where we can have that on our own, like in spreadsheets and stuff where it auto scores and calculates things. I love spreadsheets. I'm probably one of the best spreadsheet people in the world because I've just spent hundreds of hours like playing with all the crazy formulas. So I'm going to do that, and then it's not just for me. I'll get that technology out to the team. For those of you who aren't using like the $700 tools, stuff like that, and I might go grab that thing so we can model that as well. So anyway, going to do all that. And this afternoon, I want to have all that stuff in place. I don't know if I'm going to go on a run. I might rest another day. I have a hip issue right now that so I'll be doing some icing this morning as well. And I'm sharing that because that's a big foundational practice, is my health and nutrition. That is like one of the core pieces. Like when that piece isn't there, my energy is not as good, my focus, like the rest of my whole life tends to fall apart when I'm not really focused around that consistent practice. So going to create the rest of all the plan and the vision and everything, and I'll complete the rest of this video this afternoon. I know yesterday I said I was going to share some things, I think around consistency. I don't even remember, but we'll see. If it doesn't come out today or tomorrow, it will come out in these coming 90 days. So I'm going to shut this off. We'll see the rest of this soon here. Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a quick update because I've been crying for the majority of the last hour, and I know we want to capture the most real moments, and so I wanted to share I just got off a call that a bunch of people just spoke life into Matt, and I imagine he's in the surgery right now or just getting done or somewhere in the middle of it. And his surgery started about 90 minutes ago, right when we started our call. And I just wanted to share that my tears, these are of gratitude of the community that we're a part of here. I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so fortunate. I was just sitting here listening to so many people that are close to Matt, and a couple things. Number one is that I don't remember what I said on my video earlier today, but I did decide to arrange a call and put some people together to speak, to just share different things on their thoughts around healing and around Matt, and share some stories and everything. And I have countless dozens of messages across Facebook and Slack and my phone and all over the place of this event that just happened. And I don't know what'll come over the coming hours or days either of the other messages, but what I mean is that something amazing just happened in the world, and there's several people have said things like, dude, that was one of the best experiences, the most amazing. People that have never been like they've never done any kind of like group meditation like that, and we did very little of that even, but it was such a beautiful thing that just happened. And my emotion comes from, I love seeing people come together and work together. It actually, I forgot to say this on the call that, so I've lived here in Colorado my whole life, and I was here, well, obviously, there was a time when the Denver Broncos won back-to-back Super Bowls. And I don't follow football much, but I used to be a guy that, like, if they'd get in the playoffs, I would just go to a party, and I would watch the game, but I didn't really care that much. I was there to like socialize and connect with people. And what I can share with you guys is that there's two experiences. The first year they won, I went to downtown Denver, and there was like tens of thousands of people everywhere. It was wild, but everybody was so happy, and I was running around the streets giving people five, hugging like just total strangers, like thousands of hugs and high fives, like all over the city of Denver. And a couple broke windows, a couple little incidents. It was really nothing at all. Now the next year was like the complete opposite. It was like a nightmare down there. And we go downtown, and there's literally like, there's cars on fire, there's like people breaking into shops, there's like looting. It's literally like scary. Like I swear it was like scenes from a movie where you see mass chaos in like an urban environment. It was freaky, dude. And so there was tear gas everywhere, police. It was really insane, like a war zone. And I learned a lot about both of those experiences, but what happened today is very much like the first year that the Broncos won, and it's just such a cool people coming together with positive intentions, with love and gratitude. There's nothing more powerful in the world than that, and that's really like, that's why I start crying again as soon as I think of that. It is such a powerful thing, and I'm also very, very grateful that I chose to get way the heck out of my comfort zone and just follow through on that. I've had this intuition for like the last 24 hours. So somewhere around this time yesterday, I was talking with Tarlise, and I had this idea, and I didn't think I was going to follow through. It's just an idea, but it wouldn't go away all last night and this morning, and I was like, dude, I think I have to do something about this. And so I said something in our leadership team, and somebody else spoke up, and really quick I'm like, we're doing this. And I was like, I was more like, we're doing this. And it was a lot of powerful people came together very quickly. So I just wanted, if you were one of those people that spoke on the call, I want to thank you so much. And the real lesson here is of how amazing it is with people coming together, locking arms, and even Matt's brother, Dr. Jason Trainer, even said this very well, that he talked about kind of growing up, Matt cast a big shadow, and he felt like he kind of grew up around or in Matt's shadow, and how cool of a place it was. And I realized how blessed we all are to be anywhere in Matt's shadow and to be in his sphere of influence, because it takes a special person to bring that many people together, and that special person is Matt. That's why everybody was there, and that's where all these amazing stories and strength and all of the healing and powerful intentions that just happened, where everybody was there because of Matt. So and I also want to thank, I'm huge about teamwork. I love people working together. It's just a part of my soul. I can't really explain the whole thing, but massively grateful for all the people that came together so quickly, but also even the people who didn't speak, who were like messaging me and saying different kinds of things. It really, all of it came together. And whether it was channeled through my voice or somebody else on the call, or things that had happened, we all came together as a team. Something beautiful was just left in the world because of probably a little over a dozen or a little over that people coming together and speaking their heart and sharing, making some really beautiful, amazing things happen in the world. So I will also say, as far as my progress for today, I made a lot more progress in my vision statement. My vision, I didn't quite get to finish it because of this idea that came up, and I've spent hours on this, and it was some of the best hours I've ever spent in my life. I'm so grateful with how this worked out. So I'm gonna compose myself somewhere. I'm gonna unplug from this world, to this world being computer, technology, lights, everything. I'm gonna go spend some time with the family and ground myself. And and I'm going to take a shower. And so I went on a quick run, and when I got back, I only had like 45 minutes till the call, and there was like several big people I needed to connect with. I was like, dude, I don't have time to take a shower. So, and I was like, it was like 90 degrees outside, 95 or something. So I need to go jump shower, you know, just ground, get everything together again, and then I will dive back in, planning on creating the rest of my vision, doing some stuff in WUKAR, cleaning that up, and really grateful for this. So I will probably have another piece to this later about what else I got done today. But this was one of those course correct things. It wasn't planned this morning when I was planning today, and even though it was a possibility out there, it was little. And man, this was, if I get nothing else done, nothing else was more important than what just happened. So I'm really grateful for this little course correction and this beautiful, random, spontaneous blessing that was all meant to be the whole time. So that's it. I'll see you guys later.